Switching it up today. Instead of a vlog, we are going to do a kitchen day. Um, I don't really have a plan. All I know is I need to make some bread, maybe some candy, maybe dinner. Um, but before I can play, we gotta go do the dishes because the kitchen is a mess. A mess. Yesterday I made sourdough and I never really cleaned up the kitchen after that. So dishes are all piled up. Got dog food thawing. It's good enough. I think I already mentioned, that's probably going to sound horrible. I think I already mentioned that I want to bake sourdough discard sandwich bread. So we'll do that. What else? I think for dinner, I want to try doing some fried fish. We have some branzino. Never have I ever made that before, so we can try dabbling in that. What else? The branzino. I was gonna make treats for Valentine's Day, but that got away from me and I forgot. So I have most of the ingredients and I'm gonna make that candy. I was also gonna maybe make some pecan brittle and what else? Pecan brittle, maybe a pecan pie. I really have been craving a pecan pie. If I'm being completely honest, all of these treats I end up making, I'll have a couple of portions and then I'll just take them to work and not eat them myself. Makes things a little less guilty feeling. I noticed I've been having a really hard time adjusting going back to work. I'm pretty fucking miserable. And I realized that when I fill my days with projects, like I guess I consider it when I fill my days with play, I feel better about myself or my life in general. Because let's be realistic, that's what I've really been struggling with. Just being happy in my day to day and not miserable as fuck. Because the intrusive thoughts be intrusive sometimes. Anyways, I like to think of it as playing. I like to think of it as play. Like, you do more of the things that you enjoy and that aren't like chores. Granted, for me, doing dishes is a fucking chore. Doing laundry is a chore. But at least for like doing dishes, it's just a byproduct of playing in the kitchen. And I like playing in the kitchen. I like doing all the kitchen projects. So that is what we will do. I gotta unload the dishwasher and that makes a lot of noise. So I'll catch you on the flip side when I'm measuring out stuff for bread. This bread recipe is so dumb. It's so dumb easy. All right, not that you can see very well, but we are going to start with the water. Water, yeast, and honey. Honey is 42 grams. The whole point of making this bread is to have sandwich bread. It's for lunch. Nikki has a bunch of sandwich meat, so she needs some bread to eat that. Mix this up. And we let it sit for 5 minutes. My yeast is activated. It's starting to get nice and foamy. I'm going in with my sourdough starter, not to be confused for actual active starter. It's definitely discard. Gonna whisk that up. Have flour, salt, and butter. Flour, salt is at the very bottom, butter is right on top. It's going right into the bowl. And we're going to mix this until it's nice and smooth. I'm going to spray my bowl with a little bit of olive oil. My dough is pulling away from the sides of the bowl, so that's how I know that it's ready. Just gonna, ooh, you can't see it, but know that I have a handful of dough. Just trying to get it all up. Oh. So, we have our dough. I'm going to cover this with a damp towel, and then once it doubles in size, we will proceed. I should probably put it in a bigger bowl. Fuck it. No shade to the people who buy that little clip to wrap your KitchenAid cord, like goes on the back of your mixer and you wind it up. You could also just wind it around this part right here and then just tuck it in and cinch it in, and you don't need that. It just, like, that's how you do it in a commercial kitchen too, so you don't really need that little piece of plastic. But I'm not telling you how to live your life. Oh, I went antiquing the other day and I found this for $10, but there is a significant amount of dishwasher damage. I watched a bunch of tutorials of how to fix it. A lot of them said varying things, and I would have to get some products that I don't really have. But one of them did say you could use coconut oil. So we're going to try that. Just going to do coconut oil and a little bit of a towel. And she just said to rub it in. I definitely think that I put way too much. Let's switch to a different napkin. Just rub it in. I don't have any Pyrex bowls, and I probably don't need any more mixing bowls. I'm pretty sure plenty, but this was $10 and it was really cute. And I was like, if I don't buy it, somebody else will. So I bought it. I was at the antique store for those vintage candy glass jars with lids. So I found a couple of them and I'm using them as pill containers. I don't really like taking my meds, but it's part of my reality. And I decided that why not take an ugly task and make it pretty? So that's what I did. I took my ugly pills and I put them in cute little antique glass candy jars. I think that's pretty good. I don't know, what do you think? It's a lot shinier. I don't know if it's necessarily gonna like hold, because as soon as you wash it with soap and water, it's just gonna wash off. But this makes a beautiful bowl. Maybe I'll put some citrus in it. This is my current citrus situation. I'm gonna make some rosewater lemonade. This, hold on. Get it situated, Bella. New bowl. My current obsession since coming back from Mexico is a Diet Coke with lime. It's so yummy. That's cute. Very cute. All right, we have 20 minutes to kill before the bread is ready. It's getting there. I think it's going to be more than 20 minutes. So we're going to make that lemonade. And fun fact, this was my grandfather's knife. They don't make things like they used to. All right. Lemonade is really easy to make. I am making this with rosewater and honey and granulated sugar. I am honestly just gonna eyeball this. I don't know if this is gonna be too much or not enough, but we're gonna do 2 ounces rosewater, half a cup of sugar. After the sugar, we are going to do maybe half a cup of honey, and then we're going to top it off with water. Ooh, it smells good. Next step is a quick taste test. It's good. I like to take the lemonade and make a little cannabis cocktail. Some of this. So yummy. I definitely don't recommend going ham on this because a little bit goes a long way. The dough isn't quite doubled yet, so we're going to make some crock pot candy. I originally had this on my list of things I wanted to make for the holidays, but I overshot myself and I didn't. So I said I'll do it for Valentine's, and then Valentine's came and went and I was just busy, so I didn't really have time to make it then either. So today's the day we were making it. It's kind of wild what goes into it, but I'm interested to see what it's going to taste like. Other than diabetes, because obviously it's going to taste like diabetes. That's cool. It was already melted down. That was dark chocolate. This is peanut butter chips. Next up is German chocolate. I should have broke everything up off camera, but she didn't think of that now, did she? I'm probably gonna take this to work, maybe gift it to some of my neighbors. Now that I'm looking at it, this is a lot. Like, quantity wise, this is gonna make a shit ton. And the last ingredient is going to be Focus almond bark. It doesn't really say whether or not to like chop it up or, you know, and this stuff is so hard to break. So everything's just gonna go in and then it gets melted and mixed. Damn, there must be like hella sugar in this. I can't fathom eating this. I guess like you don't really eat a whole chunk of it. I don't know. And it says just to stir it occasionally and to let it cook for 1 to 2 hours. My timer has gone off. My dough has definitely doubled. So now we're going to shape it and throw her in the oven. My pan is prepped. I'm not baking it off yet. It has to proof for another hour. I'm not salty about that at all. Man, at least both of them should be done around the same time. So just turn this bitch out, do a quick shaping. This is so soft. It's gonna make for some yummy bread. And we just go right here. Gently place her down and evenly distribute her, it says. And we'll come back to this in another hour. And then we'll bake it off. So, a little trick you can do to make your bread proof a little bit faster is if your dishwasher was just ran, you can throw the loaf or whatever it is into your dishwasher, but obviously don't have any cycle going. You don't have any dishes in there. Just place it in there, and then it'll be nice and ready in like half the amount of time of it proofing on the countertop. Also, the what's this shit called? The crock pot candy is ready to go, and I just need to prep the sheet pans, and then we'll portion that out. So bake off bread, portion out candy. So here I am just portioning out the candies. Yeah, it's just get it on the pan and let it set up hard, and then you call it a candy. No big deal. Quick and easy. Except it wasn't quick, but it was easy. There was like 5 sheet pans of this shit. So that's today's kitchen projects. Stitch did not get the memo that I'm recording right now. This is what I accomplished today in the kitchen and not in the kitchen. I made sandwich bread. I polished a bowl. I made some lemonade, and I made some candy. The candy turned out good. It's really sweet. This is what it looks like. They're just little morsels. Gonna take that to work tomorrow. This morning though, I painted a couple more postcards. I did lavender flowers for my aunt, because I haven't talked to her in a while. And then my brother's birthday is coming up, so I made him some candles. And I wrote something really nice. But yeah, flowers. I hate how it turned out, but I'm going to send it out anyways. I feel like I did not accomplish a lot, but some other people in this household say I did. So I guess I'm going to go take a walk somewhere or a drive somewhere, because I'm tired of being in the house. And I suppose I will see you in a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or whenever I decide to post again. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.